Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Saturday, 17th of June 2023. 23, yes. Today is the National Eat Your Vegetable Day. 17 June is the birth anniversary of Kailash Nath Kaju, Jyoti Prasad Agarwal, and Lender Payas. 17 June is also observed as the death anniversary of the Mumtaz Mahal, Jijabai Shahji Bhosle, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Lord Canning, and Gopa Bandhu Das. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that Ukraine war and the Indo-Pacific situation into figure in Modi-Biden talks. United States President Joe Biden left and Indian Prime Minister Mr. Modi. Indo-Pacific. The Indo-Pacific is a vast biogeographic region of the Earth. Area covered by the Indo-Pacific biogeographic region. Green circle covers ASEAN, ASEAN. In a narrow sense, sometimes known as the Indo-West Pacific or Indo-Pacific Asia, it comprises the tropical waters of the Indian Ocean, the Western and the Central Pacific Ocean, and the seas connecting the two. It does not include the temperate and polar regions of the Indian and Pacific Oceans, nor the tropical Eastern Pacific along the Pacific coast of the Americas, which is also a distinct marine realm. The Hindu newspaper also states that bleeding blue in Nandid while celebrating Ambedkar's birthday is a crime. Akshay Bhalaro's parents Vandana Bai and Shravan Baleroy and brother Akash mourn his death in Bandhar Haveli village in Maharashtra, Nanded district. The Hindu newspaper also states that in the aftermath of cyclone by Biparjoy, Gujarat grapples with destruction. A block road at Nalia near Jakho in Gujarat on June 16, 2023 in the aftermath of cyclone Biparjoy's landfall. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that police cite photos, videos to backfire against Brij Bhushan in sexual harassment stalking case. In a 4 of 6 complaints by wrestlers, police investigation has found photo evidence outside the residence of the Wrestling Federation of the India chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh in New Delhi on Friday. Indian Express also states that under scanner for Russia crude transport, Gatik distances itself from fleet. According to the latest information available on the international shipping database Ecosys, Gatik is now listed as the commercial manager of the just 4 tankers. According to the Indian Express analysis of changes in Gatik's fleet database, the shipper has distributed the commercial management of the at least 44 of its tankers over the past few weeks among a large number of other firms which appear to be related to Gatik. Indian Express also states that Assam floods over 34,000 hit in 11 districts, and the meteorological department predicts more rain. The monsoon hit Assam on June 10. The weather department recorded an average rainfall of 41 mm in 24 hours. As of Friday morning, the Indian Meteorological Department has predicted moderate rainfall over the next 5 days, with a heavy to very heavy rainfall likely at isolated places. Parts of Assam are reeling under the state's first phase of flooding this year, with around 34,189 people affected so far, officials said. A woman walks through the flood area after heavy rains in the Lakshmipur district of Assam on Friday. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that proposed changes to wildlife law may hit research experts. New Delhi, biologists and ecologists have raised concerns about the Wildlife Protection Amendment Act 2022, making it difficult to carry out ecological and genetic research on a large number of species by restricting or making it difficult to collect specimens. The amendment bill sought to rationalize the schedules and has created only 2 main levels of the protection for animals. Hindustan Times also states that urgent attention ex-Indian Army chief on retired officers alike as in Syria tweet over Manipur. Flames and smoke below are out after an old warehouse owned by a retired bureaucrat is set ablaze amid violence in Imphal East district on Friday. Former Indian Army Chief General retired Ved Prakash Malik has called for urgent attention to the situation in Manipur, which saw a spot in violence as a retort mobs combated rapid action force set up flaming roadblocks and tortured properties in the heart of Impal town on Friday. The ethnic violence between the Métis and the Kuki tribe and in Manipur continues despite the center and the state government's appeals for peace. Hindustan Times also states that construction of DU's East Campus to begin next year. Vice Chancellor says the construction of Delhi University East Campus is expected to start next year and it will likely to be ready in 2026, Vice Chancellor Yogesh Singh said. Delhi University Vice Chancellor Yogesh Singh launched the admission portal and brochures for admission for academic year 23-24 at the University Conventional Hall on Wednesday. Going towards the economy of the country, some GST registration is done through the identity theft. Nirmala Sitharaman calls for a stronger process. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. India Forex kitty declines by $1.32 billion to $593.75 billion. India's Forex reserve was dropped by $1.318 billion to $593.749 billion for the week ended June 9, the Reserve Bank of India said on June 16. India-China bought 80% of Russia's oil in May, International Energy Agency, with the Europe banning import and G7 imposing shipping restrictions on Russian oil. More than 90% of the product is now headed to Asia, with India's imports of Russian oil being 14% higher than in April. Going towards the world news, including Daniel Ellsberg, who leaked the Pentagon papers, dies at 22. Nusrat Chaudhary confirmed as the first Muslim female federal judge in United States history. Remember the name, Nusrat Chaudhary. Drought and rising heat bring unusual wildfire warning in the northern Europe. Chinese President Xi Jinping stresses United States-China cooperation in meeting with the Bill Gates. Mass of rock slides down mountainside. Evacuated Swiss village narrowly misses settlement. Explosions rock Kiev as African peace mission visits Ukraine. Going towards the science and technology, Saturn ices moon Enceladus herbivores essential elements for life. The icy crust of the south pole of Saturn's moon Enceladus, composed as a mosaic from image captured in 2009 by NASA Cassini spacecraft with the geysers spraying plumes of ice crystals into the space from the moon's inner ocean, which according to a study published on June 14, 2023 in a journal Nature, has been found to contain high concentration of phosphorus, a chemical element essential to all forms of life on Earth. Generic drugs for diabetes, gastric issues, cardiovascular elements see high demand. People gathered at Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Ayushadhi Kendra to buy medicine in Bengaluru. Mexico assays mass bird deaths likely caused by El Nino's hot waters. A technician of National Service of Health, Safety and Agri-Food Quality, Senecia, holds a dead bird as a Mexican government says the death of hundreds of birds on the Pacific coast was likely caused by the El Nino climate phenomena in Mexico. In this undated handout picture released on June 15, 2023. Have taken a significant strides in combating climate change, achieving SDGs, says Prime Minister Modi. PM Modi addresses at a G20 Agriculture Ministers a meeting via video conference in New Delhi on June 16, 2023. At last, there's a famous quotation by a famous president, Nelson Mandela, whose full name is Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Birth anniversary 18 July 1918 up to 5 December 2023. Was a South African anti-apartheid activist and a politician who served as the first president of the South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first black head of state and the first elected in a fully representative democratic election. His government focused on the dismantling the legacy of apartheid here by fostering a racial reconciliation. Ideologically an African nationalist and socialist, he served as the president of the African National Congress ANC party from 1991 up to 1997. Mr. President Nelson Mandela says a famous quotation. He says that what counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we led. Okay, thank you.